Just as the roe get a sudden rush of blood to the head at this time of year, so does Roy. Many forums were talking about the roe rut starting, and after a recce here in Hampshire last week, he reckons we should be in time for the first flush.
We were down a couple of days ago just having a look around, and there was the first signs of rutting activity. We saw a buck scouting about, and he was chasing out a younger buck and moving everything about, so he was really questing. So there's definitely activity going on. Just have our first look in the evening and see if we get any interest.
No luck here. Of course the crops are high with plenty of cover for any resting love-struck deer, but when it's on, it's really on. The wind is playing all sorts of games today, dropping to nothing then swirling. Roy makes the decision to come at it from a reverse direction, but it means we have the sun in our face, which brings with it its own issues.
The boy that I saw the other night that was really active in this area, that I really wanted to come into and call him in his territory, we unfortunately spooked him as we were coming in. And it just goes to show that you've always got to trust your first judgment, because I saw what I thought was the head of a roebuck in some long grass, but it was very difficult to see because the sun was directly in my eyes, and he was in heavy shade. And looked at it, and then I carried on stalking, looked again, and almost discounted it, thinking it must have been a hare or something. Anyway, we walked on another 20 yards or so, and unfortunately it wasn't a hare, it was him. He made us. We were still a long way off, but he came trotting up into here. And I was hoping after giving him 20 minutes or so we might just be able to muster him a little bit, but he doesn't want to play at the moment.
It's a lovely evening, but in what is normally a deer-rich bit of ground, nothing is showing any interest. Roy has called half a dozen times now, and it's only when we're entering the last 40 minutes of light that deer start appearing. This doe with 2 kids.
We've looked half an hour from dark, and everything is just coming to life. There were about 4 deer just appeared from nowhere in this field that we'd scanned for the last hour. So there's definitely stuff moving. We're going to head up there quickly, get round up to the other side and scan the crops there and see if we can find something before it gets dark. But I don't think that the rut for the majority of the deer here is in full swing at the moment. Another few days and hopefully it will really turn on.
If the call isn't going to bring the deer to us tonight, we have to go to them. From a sedate start and middle to a fast end, Roy turns a corner and spots a buck on the edge of the crop, and he shoots. It leaps forward and we have a race against the light to find it.
We've got the impact of the shot here, and obviously he knew what was going on. He'd already spooked a little bit. We're going to have to go a little bit quicker than I would have liked. We know he's well hit, so hopefully he's not gone too far.
This is where Roy turns into Hercule Poirot. He occupies the little grey cells and follows the clues to the deer.
He's run into the crops here, and we're just trying to find the blood again. Yeah, well done. Yeah, here we go. Good paint here. Okay, so we've got more paint here. More paint here, and you can see here, just the crop starting to get flattened out, so he was starting to fall down here, struggling through, and here we go. He's just gone crashing in, just in here. So, absolutely perfect little cow beast.
If you take it slow, you can save a lot of time and avoid the risk of missing it completely.
We had a very good blood trail all the way through the hedge, and we've just picked him up here, so we'll get him sorted. Another one for the larder, and as I say, very nice little coal beast. He was quartering on quite heavily when I took the shot, so it's gone in there, and the exit is just at the front there, so that would have taken absolutely everything out.
There might have been a hint of rut activity tonight, but the call certainly didn't bring the deer to us. Nevertheless, it gave us a good idea where the territories are for the next trip. The Greenock is done under headlights, keeping one eye out for the ticks.
So again, just always watch out, make sure you're always checking, because there's definitely a few ticks about.